Previously on the Youth Edition.
A better performance here at Boundary Park in the sunshine of the north. Dylan Allen will be happy with that performance. Just 3 points in the bank for the Lakes. Messi makes the delivery. There is the whistle. Well, there's 20 minutes there basically in the second part of that second half. We're probably just happy to play possession football. But we take another 3 points. Dylan Allen happy with that one. Move on. There's the whistle though. 3 for 3. And Oldham have found some touch. Strike out! Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Youth Edition. It's Oldham Athletic, it's Dylan Allen on a quest for Champions League glory. It's time to sit back, relax and get in that comfy chair, put it on the big screen TV, crack your favourite beverage, because here we go with the Youth Edition. Hello and welcome back to the Youth Edition career mode here on FIFA 19 with Oldham Athletic. We sit in 9th position, a pretty good, bit of form there in the last episode. Saw us scrape some points. I can't see us playing finals, but we've got 2 games remaining. One of those is against Luton Town. So if we can pick up the 3 points, it takes us to 67 and we are in it with a sniff of maybe pushing in to that 6. Irrespectively, it doesn't matter how many games, this will be the season finale, and if we have to get playoffs into this episode, it could be an absolute belter. If we get knocked out before we get there, then there'll just be the 2 games, and it'll be season done. So regardless, this is the season finale. See how many games we get through, but first and foremost, we've got to get through the final 2 games of the season. So let's jump into it, smash the like button, and hope that we can get some success. Come on, boys. Let's finish this season off with a bang. So the second last game of the season, we're going to Kenilworth Road to take on a Luton Town. A win here could give us a sniff of hope. The first team have been rested and ready for this encounter. Hopefully we can get the biscuits on the road here against the Hatters. Let's get into it. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 games remain for the season. We're on the road here against Luton, and a win here gives us a sniff of hope to possibly play in the finals. The promotional playoffs. But I don't know. I mean, Luton have been a good side all season, and that's why they are near the top of the table. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, but hopefully the boys are up for the challenge. Hopefully Dylan Allen has talked success to the lads, and we'll see what we can do here. That -5 goal difference has probably told the story of our season, but let's get into it. Guerin's been a little bit quiet. Hopefully he can fire today. And good defensive work. Here is Guerin though. Slips it off for Nick Harris, and oh my days, he has missed. Oh, good save from Cooper, keeping us in the game here. Luton definitely pressing. Harris to Barros, back forward for the runner, Nick Harris, and through the middle. Here is Alfie Lee. He'll slip it out wide for Owen Griffiths to create some space. Fires it down the line for Bernard. He needs to get inside, but Mpanzu takes it off him. Waits for the run. Here is Nick Harris, and it's Custard this time, and that time it's gone wide again. Nick Harris doesn't have the radar on so far today. Another scuffed shot, and it's just wide of the netting. There's Edwards. Luton happy to just clog up the midfield here, but here is Guerin. Can he find an opening? Can he create something here? It's the time we need a spark. Edwards lays off. It's Nick Harris again. Oh, sidebar. Keeper got a touch on that one. Edwards drives his way forward. Guerin needs to make the run. There it is. Is he onside? Guerin. Oh, absolutely leveled again on the clean fucking strike. Good save from Cooper. Luton starting to push forward. They've got another corner here. They've just waited and waited for their opportunities. And this one is high. Klein gets up again. Good to see the big man jumping. And, we're just sort of playing cat and mouse here at the moment with Luton. We need a victory to stay in contention. Luton will be happy with a draw. But, they won't want to lose here. And half-time, it is 0-0. Luton down the line. Klein out there with him, trying to block this shot away. Barros gets in the way, and fuck me! Leave it for Cooper! Luton takes the lead in the 49th minute. They've probably deserved it. They've controlled the game. And finally they get reward for their efforts, but it's probably Barros there that should have just left it for Cooper. Really didn't know where he was, but for fuck's sake, our defence this season has been woeful. Cooper was coming out for the punch, and Barros just misses it completely on the return. 1-0. Well, it's Luton with a free kick. I don't know what's happening here with Oldham. They feel like jelly. They've just decided that, it's not our day, because they have not rocked up here. They're just don't look like a shade of their former selves. Every ball seems to be fought. Oh, fuck's sake! This game is fucking bullshit. I can tell you that right now. We are being handed our asses by something that is unconstitutional. What on earth was that for a shot? We just can't even get a proper touch on the ball. We just playing it out there. Nick Harris slows a wet week. And what the fuck is this shot? Just a scrubber, takes a deflection, beats Cooper along the ground, and that will be season over, you'd feel. 2-0 down now to Luton. And, well, that is some poor efforts once again from Oldham. Good from Barros, got in, stuck in. That's what we needed. Edwards will go long, but it's a poor pass. Come on! And there is the whistle. So a 2-0 defeat to Luton. We'll see our chance of finals come to an end. Well, 10 shots to 6. We got played off the park today. Everyone just felt like they were running on a treadmill. Let's have a look here, though. Joel Edwards with a 7.964 for Bernard, 6.2 for Guerin, 7 for Cooper. He did make 8 saves, but it wasn't enough to keep us in the game. 7.5 there for Barros, 6.8 for White, 7.5 for Klein with 5 defensive efforts. Owen Griffiths, 7.4, 7.6 for Nick Harris, 6.5 for Ralphie Lee, a 7 for Cameron Griffiths. Joel Edwards there, the 7 and 9. So get voting up in the eye. It might be tough, but we need to keep voting for that Majestico. Right, time for a training session. I'm going to keep training Cooper. White now up to a 68. Chimichukwu, 66. Right, the first scout report back is in from England. We've got Morgan Harris, Toby Price. Cameron Richardson looks all right at 69 to 93. And Lewis Watson, 67 to 91. We will monitor those lads a little bit longer. We are, of course, in Nigeria, and we've got a few lads here, but the only one we probably want to keep. Oh, Stephen Egbe looks all right. He's only got a 60 grand evaluation. And Dixon Bakare, 70 to 94 with 120 grand evaluation. But at 5'11", we need to make sure that he's not a centre-back. All right, and we are here in Argentina, of course, and these lads are looking not really Argentinian. Okay. Well, we'll have to deal with that, but Placido Paz is probably the pick of the crop, 71 to 94. We will monitor those lads further. We are into May, of course, so let's have a look at our current youth academy. We'll be looking at these guys again at the end of the season. Lance Murphy, 81 to 87. Hugo Clays, 81 to 87. Alanovic, 68 to 88, has dropped off a little bit. Bratiano, 82 to 88. Cyril Cesar, 78 to 84. He is 60 overall, though. Jakub Kiesley, 75 to 83. We will be releasing. Damian Bazur, 75 to 89. Milenko Draskovic is 58 overall, 70 to 86. We'll monitor him for another month. Bindhammer, 82 to 92, so possibly could make his way into the club before the season is through. Zupan, 74 to 92. Gavrich, 75 to 91. His brother Dusan, definitely will be looking at him when we go through the signings towards the end of the month. 66 overall, 79 to 94. Definitely looking like a quality player. Petkovic, 67 to 85. We will say see you later. And Bram de Graaf, 78 to 92. Daniel Brun, 70 to 86. Right back. We'll hold him just for now. So it is the final game of the regular season. We're not going to play final, so it will be the final game of the season. We will send out the first team in front of the home fans, see if we can get a result here. Guerin up to a 69 now, along with Edwards, Harris, Klein. I mean, the boys are growing. They probably just need a little bit more and a little bit more squad depth moving into season number 3. But let's see if we can finish this season on a high with this game here at home against Fleetwood Town. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The final game of the regular season. It's been a long, hard slog here in League One, which we thought it would be, and it's probably better that we play another season here in League One just to build up the team for a real press to turn this team into the championship squad that we feel it should be. Some of these lads, you know, they've lost their heads a few times this season, but I mean, they're still young. Most of our team is only 17, 18 and 19 years of age, so you've got to take that into consideration. The goal difference has probably been a big issue for us, conceding a lot of goals, but that'll come in time. Cooper will grow. We may find some new players for our squad next season as well. So let's get into this one and let's see if we can finish the season with a win. Oh, lovely work from Joel Edwards. Guerin is going to have to do some work here. Oh, level referee! No, through the middle. Nick Harris fires out wide. Here is Cameron Griffiths. He's got some space. Can he deliver? Right in, and there is the header. A great save from Viscara. It was Bernard putting some venom on it. We'll get a corner. Bernard drives in, looks for... Oh, yeah, there he is. It's big Joel Edwards. Loves a set piece. Loves a good header. And gets us a goal in the 12th minute. And that is his 9th goal now for the season. A good return from the Englishman. Well, a set piece has worked here for Oldham. Bernard just drives in and Edwards beats off 3 men to get to the ball first. Smashes it home past the keeper. It's 1-0 to the Laddocks here at Boundary Park. And something for the home fans to really get behind here is Joel Edwards. Cuts back, drives inside, looks for Bernard, picked off. Nick Harris, Alfie Lee. Oh, he's had a red hot crack and works the keeper. And another corner here for Oldham. Oh, big tackle from Klein. Huge tackle from the German. He gives away the free kick, but a big tackle there, and maybe a sign of things for next season. Barros gets up. I mean, the funny thing about Barros, and I had a look at his statistics before, is the fact that he only has 55 jumping. I mean, that's not really going to help us out too much in the future if we can't work on that. Bernard. Here we go. Cameron Griffiths in the box. And sake! These fucking balls that just fall to attackers like there's an absolute magnet attached to their foot. It's starting to piss me off. 1-1. Fleetwood undeserving of a goal. That is their first shot. I mean, for fuck's sake. Over the top, Owen Griffiths gets the head up, falls straight to the attacker, and he just volleys it home. Fuck off. Well, there is the whistle for half-time. It's been all Oldham, but somehow Fleetwood are in the game, and it's 1-1. Harris, back to Alfie Lee. We'll play it through. Nick Harris has to finish. Fuck's sake! Finish your dinner, son! Another corner here for Oldham. Can Alfie Lee set something up this time? Oh, no one jumps. What on earth is happening here? Griffiths plays it back. Nick Harris. Oh, of course, it's blocked. Everyone's in the box. Harris can't get up. And it's cleared away. Oh, it's a good save from Cooper, and they've got a corner. Fleetwood are pushing here. Going to have to be very careful. Cooper gets the catch and just decides to go along with this one. Tommy Martin's not going to have too much to do, but there we go. Tommy Martin. Can he get the winner here? Tommy fucking Martin gets it! Oh, it's a fuck up at the back from Fleetwood. And Tommy Martin gets his 3rd goal of the season. Absolutely pounced on it. Like a seagull on a hot chip. Oh, what was the defender doing there? Keeper just sat back, and Martin, bread and butter for the Belgian. Didn't have a custard leg on that one. He's got all the chocolate he could find, and bang, finishes his dinner. It's 2-1. Oh, big tackle from Tommy Martin. And he fires forward, finds Guerin. Guerin needs to pass it inside. He does. Cameron Griffiths waits for a runner. It's the captain. It's Barros. He drives his way to the corner store. Barros cuts back nicely. Where's the delivery? Here it is for Chimichukwu. And he got manhandled. I think he was having his balls touched up in the box. Guerin. Klein. Don Sunhan. Loves one. Oh, good save again. There's the whistle. 3 points to finish off the end of the season. A fairly decent season, one would say. We're just trying to beat relegation, so the mid-table finish for us is probably exceeding expectations. It's a rough day at the office occasionally. But, yeah, not a bad performance. So to finish things off here, 17 shots to 5. The boys were on fire. And we scraped through. Barros there with an 8.56 defensive efforts. 7-2 for Noah White. 7-6 for Klein. 6-8 for Owen Griffiths. A 6-9 for Don Sunhan. 7-9 for Alfie Lee. 7-8 for Cameron Griffiths. 7-1 for Guerin. An 8 for Tommy Martin and a lovely goal. 6-3 for Chimichukwu. 8.2 for Joel Edwards. Another goal for his tally. 7-8 for Bernard with the assist. 7-5 for Nick Harris. Cooper there, 6.9. Get voting up in the eye. It's the final game of the season for the Majestico. Right, so there'll be a lot of training sessions as we move towards the end of the season. I've taken Chimichukwu off training. Let's try and get as much of our first team towards that 70 rating as possible. We'll simulate them all there. We've brought Griffiths and Harris into the frame. Well, we're pushing through May here on the simulation, of course, as we push towards the end of the season. So a lot of training, and these boys just kicking on a bit further. Another training session sees Owen Griffiths up to a 67. Right, we get the word that Hugo Claes wants out of the Youth Academy, and we also pick up $1.5 million for our finish in the League One season. So Hugo Claes is a Belgian centre midfielder, 81 to 87 potential playmaker, 54 overall, and you know what? I'm going to say, see you later, buddy. I don't want you in at this club. That's another training session here in May, and there we go. Cameron Griffiths now up to a 69. Player contracts expiring. Tonev, well, I think he probably deserves a contract for the third season. He's put in some good shifts here in the reserves, and yeah, I think he's earned himself another season or two here. Right, Tonev has a new contract, 3 years on 750 as a sporadic player, and there we go. Nick Harris is up to a 70, Noah White up to 69. All right, so the final scout report for the year, although there will be another callback from England going into the new season. I've just got rid of all the junk. It doesn't really matter about what's there. We only want to worry about the quality. Cameron Richardson, 69 to 89, looks like a centre forward at 5'11". And Ewan Alexander, 6'1", 69 to 93. We'll monitor those lads into the next season. We are here in Nigeria. We've got Egbe, Bakare, and Godwin Bada, 77 to 94. 5'9". Well, we'll see what he's looking like in the new year. And we are, of course, here in Argentina. Placido Paz, I'm still keeping an eye on. We've got Geronimo Granero, 71 to 94. We'll monitor him. And Osvaldo Cuesta, 54 to 74. But for me, he doesn't look Argentinian, but he may have migrated. I don't know. We need to get this Regen Youth Academy faces sorted. I mean, we've put in 1 million tickets. They're looking at it, but they haven't given us any updates as of yet. The second last training session of the year, and Guerin does go ahead and hit a 70 overall. So for the final training session of the season, we bring Edwards in to see if we can lift him up a notch, but good story is that Cameron Griffiths has got to the 70 mark. So let's take a look at the Youth Academy for the final time this season. I'm not going to sign any players, but I want you guys to let me know in the comments section who you feel should be brought in at the start of next season. So let's have a look here. Who should be released? Who should we get rid of? Who's just taking up too much space and there's no promise for them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on the Youth Academy. Lance Murphy, 59 overall, 81 to 87 potential left winger. Alanovic is 70 to 86. You know what? I'm going to say stuff ya. See you later. Bratiano, 56 overall left winger, 82 to 88 potential attacker. Cyril Cesar, 60 overall, 78 to 84. Let's move on. I mean, he doesn't have the potential, but he's got value, so we could possibly bring him in and then sell him off. Not too sure. Might be able to fill a little bit of squad depth. Damjan Bazua, 77 to 85. I'm going to release him. We've also got Milenko Draskovic, 72 to 86, 58 overall right midfielder playmaker. You know what? He's not going to make the cut either. We've got Bindhammer, who's dropped to a potential of 84 to 90. Do you think he deserves a spot in this team? Milad Zupan, 53 overall, 77 to 91 playmaker. Branislav Gabric, 71 to 85. We're going to release you. Dusan Gabric, well, he'll want a gig. 66 overall, 84 to 94 potential playmaker. Bram de Graaf, 79 to 89, a right winger at 57 overall. And also Daniel Bruin is a 53 overall, 74 to 88 right back, 6'3". So let me know, does anyone in here deserve a first team contract? I've got my thoughts, but I want to know what you guys that are watching this series, feel who should come into the first team. Right, it is time of that for the season where we have a really in-depth look at our squad. And I need you guys to let me know who should be sold, who should be loaned out, all that kind of good stuff, because we need to really concentrate on building this squad now and looking forward to getting promoted next season to the championship. So is there some deadwood here that we probably need to get rid of? Obviously there's going to be some more regens and they won't be first year players, so we will be able to make some signings provided we have the cash. But let's have a look. Cooper, 71 overall, went up 4. Attribute wise, what's he got going on? His reactions are up to 59. His technicals are okay, but that's probably from training. We need to work on that handling a little bit there. What's he got left? 1 year remaining on his contract. So let me know if you'd like to see some contracts renewed as well. Jihu Jul, 65, up 4, an exciting prospect, of course. 68 reactions. So could be one for the future. I mean, I've been letting him go, not training a lot, because those reactions are growing by themselves. So Once, if that hits like a 75 reactions or something, we've got a really solid keeping option here once he gets a bit of training in. Still only 18. Barros, the potential to be special, of course, 71 up 8. Attribute-wise, what's he got going on? Growing in acceleration now, 73 reactions. I mean, it's just his defensive capabilities and that jumping at only 48. I'm not sure if we can even train jumping. I really need to have a look at that because that is one thing that's probably letting him down. His jumping and his marking, which we have been working on. I mean, his defensive stats are actually quite low. He could probably play better in the midfield, but if I train up those defensive stats, he is going to be one hell of a player in a season or two time. And yeah, I've got the faith that this lad's going to be big at the club. Brett Cooper showing great potential, 62 up 6. Attribute-wise, he is growing. He is physically strong. And that passing up to a 68, which is pretty good coming along. What's he got? A year remaining on his contract. Noah White showing great potential, 69 up 8. The 5-star weak foot. Physically, he is... been holding his own. What's his jumping like? I see 82, so he can get up and really get something done. 2 years on his contract. Klein, his partner in crime, 69 up 7, the exciting prospect. Physically, beast mode. Need to work on his technicals. Look, only 59 marking. I mean, he probably needs some defensive training. We'll get him up to 70. 2 years on his contract. Tonev has just got a new contract, 58 up 2, of course. I mean, he plays better than a 58. He is really doing a job for us, especially in that reserves team. So he's got a 3-year contract deal. A bonus there for 5 appearances and only costing us 750. Cartier, 62 up 1. Doesn't have a potential, but has been playing a role there in the 2s. If we find some new centre-backs, maybe he moves on. I'm not too sure. You guys let me know. 1 year on his contract. Owen Griffiths, 67 up 5. Doesn't have a potential, that's for sure, but he's been doing the job there at left-back. Defensively, quite sound. Only a year remaining on his contract. Taylor is going. Olsen, 63 up 3. He's been playing centre-back for us in the 2s. Physically looks okay, technically coming along, but doesn't have a potential either. 2 years on his contract. Il-Young Ko didn't really get a lot of games this season, but he'll come through. He's only 16 years of age and up to 60 overall as an exciting prospect. Physically, he's just starting to manoeuvre, but his technicals are growing, and he's got 2 years on his contract. Liam Roberts, 63 up 3. Doesn't have a potential, but doing a job once again in the 2s. Not growing too much, but defensively we did train him. A year on his contract. The Bulldog Millet, 59 up 1. We don't even know if he's got a potential. You'd assume he would have grown a bit quicker if he did. Maybe needs a loan spell, not too sure. Let me know your thoughts on Millet. He's got a year remaining on his contract. Sam Thomas, 56 up 2, coming off the bench in the 2s. He's got a goal and a couple of assists this season. We still don't know what his potential is, and only a year on his contract remaining. Don Sun Han showing great potential, 66 up 8, 47 appearances because he's coming off the bench in the 1s and playing in the 2s. Physically, nice. Technically, coming along, a 22 plus dribbling. Okay. 2 years remaining on his contract. Nick Harris is a 70 now, up 8. 40 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists. Not a bad return there from the man that's been playing in the centre midfield for us. And a year remaining on his contract. Cameron Griffiths is a 70 up 8, showing great potential. 6 goals, 10 assists. And he is growing. He's doing a job. And since we moved him out to the right-hand side, he's definitely come into his own again. 1 year remaining on his contract, though. Does he need it renewed? Ernst Lehner is new to the club this season. 57 up 2. 4-star, 4-star. Physically not really growing, but technically has started. He's got a 3-year deal. Alfie Lee, 71 up 6. 40 appearances, 1 goal, 4 assists. And he needs to grow a little bit better physically, but technically he is sound. Only a year remaining on his contract. Tommy Martin, 68 up 8. The exciting prospect. 3 goals, 2 assists, of course. Low-high work rates. Physically good. Technically coming along nicely. 2 years on his deal. Schinkel, well, he had a blistering start but fell away. Showing great potential, 13 appearances with 3 goals. Physically okay, needs to get a little bit quicker to play on that wing, I feel. 2 years. Joel Edwards, well, since we moved him into the midfield in that cam position, he's come into his own. 43 appearances, 10 goals, 4 assists. 5-star skill moves, high work rates, and 87 finishing. I'm not training his finishing from memory, but a year remaining on his contract. Boundary, 64, up 1, showing great potential, 16 appearances, and growing slowly. 2-year deal still. Vimo, 57, up 1 for the 3 appearances for him with the assist, but physically he's got some stats, and he's coming along, 3-year deal still. Moses Chimichukwu doesn't have a potential. Do we try and loan glitch him next season? I'm not too sure. Let me know your thoughts on glitching. I don't really like doing it too much. Maybe we just push him on with training and see what he can turn into. I mean, Dylan Allen didn't have any potential, and he was the best player we ever had at Forest Green. 66, up 12 with a fair bit of training, 10 goals, 5 assists, and physically doing the job. Probably needs some strength and jumping there for him, but technically coming along, that finishing still only at 65. 2 years remaining on his contract. Guerin is up to a 70, 41 appearances, 18 goals, 4 assists. Went quiet there in the second half of the season. Just pops up every now and then just to really cement his name in the first team, but we're going to need a lot more output from him, and only 1 year remaining on his contract. Miller is leaving. Bernard, 70, up 6, showing great potential, of course. 5 goals, 9 assists. Sprint speed coming along nicely. And technically is sound with 1 year remaining. So we need to get new deals for all of these lads. And more out on loan, 57, up 5. He's at Grimsby Town, of course. He will be back to us in January, I think. And he's got 1 year remaining on his contract. So let me know your thoughts on the squad. For sale, for loan glitches, who needs a new contract. All that kind of stuff. And if any of these players are yours through the player upgrades, I have got all your names written down. So if you want to make any changes to their numbers or their kits, if it is your player, I will double check, and you can make those changes. And we'll have a look at how the squad is set up for next season. Now, I know you guys like knowing who the top goal scorer and all that kind of good stuff was. Thyon from Barnsley got 20 goals from 39 matches to take the golden boot. Guerin is there in 13th position, 15 from 31 appearances. Probably our top goal scorer for sure. Assist-wise, what have we got here? Griffiths, I'm sure that's Cameron there with 8, and Bernard with 8 as well. So our wingers feeding it into the box. Clean sheets, well, we didn't get fucking many of those. Cooper, 10 clean sheets. We need to do better defensively. He got hung out to dry quite a few times. Jill is in there with 5, though, from only 16 games. Well, let's take a look at the English competitions. Manchester City have taken the Premier League over Manchester United by 4 points. The relegations are Sheffield Wednesday, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, and Wolves going down. Okay. The championship's been taken by Huddersfield over Fulham. Leeds are up there as well with 89, and Swansea, who is going down. Who will be coming down to fight us? Charlton, Burton Albion, QPR could be down with us, and maybe even Ipswich. In the League 2, it's Walsall taking it with 94 points, Blackpool, and it looks like Forest Green might be coming up if they've got through the playoffs. The worst team in England at the moment is Morecambe with 25 points. Taking a look at the Champions League, and it was Manchester City over Manchester United 2-1. And Tottenham have beaten Marseille 4-1 to beat the Europa League champions. Wolves have beaten Bournemouth to take the Carabao Cup. And Manchester City have done the treble, and they've beaten Manchester United in all of them. They'll be fucking dirty. They've taken the FA Cup. The League One playoffs was won by Plymouth Argyle. They've gone 3-1 over Portsmouth to get promotion to the championship. And we wrap things up here with Birmingham City taking the league, Scunthorpe going up as well, and obviously Plymouth have gone through. We have finished in 7th position, only 2 points back, so a fairly decent season there, our first season in League One. The relegation teams are Accrington, Bastard, Stanley, Mansfield Town, Coventry City and Shrewsbury. So looking forward to another big season here in League One. We will be pushing for promotion, there's no doubt about it. We need to bring in some players that can really take this team to the next level. So let me know your thoughts and comments, of course, on the Youth Academy and, of course, our current squad. And we'll go and look for some regens come at the next episode. Majestico will be live on Twitch, I'm assuming Wednesday night. Make sure you go and put notifications on or follow me on Twitter so you know that we are live if you're up for that. Otherwise, there'll be a full edited version on the Thursday, and we will start the new season here on Saturday. Thanks very much for tuning in today. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. This video is powered by Neurotech and their product clarity. Now you can jump over to their website now, use the discount code DK10 for 10% off your next purchase. And I highly recommend this product. I use it every single day. It increases your energy, your focus, while reducing fatigue and stress. If you want to know how I get out all these videos and keep that work going, this is the product for you. So go and check it out. All the information that you need is on at that website. If you feel like making a purchase, chuck in at that discount code for 10% off. Now, if you are looking for more fresh content to check out, you can click one of these two videos. If you feel like subscribing, well, there's a button right there. Make sure you put on that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time.